I'm with my game, yeah. Family friendly. I play the game, yeah. And touch the melody.
Get your exclusive Ecomi, VeVe, and Omi merch at CavellAnderson.com. Limited edition 100 items drop while supplies last.
We pass the moon, yo. You gon' keep winning. Red dreams come true. For me and you. Ecomi did it, yeah. With the crew.
Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another VeVe and Ecomi video. And in this one, I decided to do something pretty interesting for a lot of the newer people here and some of the people who just have never saw all the pieces and saw the connections to Ready Player One when it comes down to this project. So this is massive because the team has actually said out of their own mouth multiple times that Ready Player One was the goal. Now, if you all remember those interviews, if you're an OG and you remember those interviews and stuff where they were actually talking about Ready Player One, could you please link that for me in the description down below so I can bring that up in some future videos? But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I got over 600 videos in 8 months, so I can't go back to my videos and figure out which ones are the ones that actually show the evidence and show the proof and stuff like this. But yeah, that was one of the biggest things that got me super excited and super pumped, and that was one of the biggest catalysts when it came down to my $10 prediction that I always talk about. I talk about a lot of the information that the pieces and stuff that I put together way back before I decided to invest. Like, a lot of this stuff was what I based my investment on. So I just haven't thought about it. And I realized that in my videos, I sometimes talk as if everyone knows this information, but I'm realizing more and more, a lot of people never even knew that the Ready Player One connection was there. And this is what we're going to be going over, because this is a lot of research here and due diligence from another YouTuber in the community. So shout out to him for putting this together. I was able to find one of his videos. But yeah, I'm going to put some more, I'm going to get some more of the stuff together so you all can see it if you haven't seen it already. And I think that this is going to make you very, very bullish on the project just as much as it did me. So yeah, anyway, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on notifications so you stay updated. And yeah, let's jump into it. Let's jump into these Ready Player One comparisons and the fact that VeVe and Ecomi is currently building in Ready Player One into the platform. They've been doing it from the beginning. And a lot of people have missed a lot of the signs. But yeah, let's jump into it.
These are just massive connections. Universal, Amblin Entertainment, Universal Studios Hollywood, massive. And again, these are you're just taking IP, which is just the intellectual property. So whatever you create based on what you want to make, you submit that to the owner of the actual property, which in this case is a lot of this stuff that we're doing this with is Steven Spielberg's owned stuff. And then you pay the royalties. It's just such a massive, it's huge. This is interesting right here. This article explains, they don't say this, but this article explains why Ready Player One, the movie, was absolute dog shit. And it was.
What?
Because they couldn't.
Hold on, he didn't like Ready Player One? That's crazy. My man said it was a bad movie. What? I loved Ready Player One. I mean, I guess that's just me. But I mean, anyway, let's see what he has to say.
Absolute dog shit. And it was. Because they could not get the property rights, the intellectual property rights for certain aspects of the movie.
I guess he may be comparing it to the book or something, because maybe the book was better. I don't know.
Or of the book, to properly put the movie in order. And so they go on to talk in this article how
I sometimes think books of stuff sets expectations too high. Or I mean, I guess if you're a fan of the book, you are excited to see the movie, but I don't think that they should be compared, because me as a person who haven't read the book, don't know anything about the book, just going into watching the Ready Player One movie, I think that it was an amazing movie personally, but that's just me.
The only way this movie would have been put together if Steven Spielberg was in line with it. And since it was produced by Warner Brothers, everything that was Warner Brothers produced, like Batman, Ecomi has, DC, Ecomi has, Lord of the Rings, Mad Max, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and The Iron Giant.
They also have Disney as well. Disney's shown down there as well. They also have Disney, so keep that in mind. Look at the licenses and IP that they're lining up, releasing, and things like this. It continues too. It continues. Like you start to, when you see what's in Ready Player One, and what was planned to be in Ready Player One, you start putting pieces together of what's being dropped on VeVe and what has been dropped on VeVe and the assets that they're getting out there before their metaverse.
All by Warner Brothers. That was easy, but the hard stuff, the stuff that was really not super easy to get to, was the things like this right here. Ultraman.
Like Ultraman, like don't get it twisted. Like Ultraman is a pretty cool brand, but Ultraman was one of the first releases. Why would this be at the top of somebody's list with all the other brands out there? Like Ultraman is super popular in Asia, but it's not really that popular everywhere else. So why would this have been at the top of the list? They've had Ultraman for quite a while now, and they've had that release for quite a while now. So the fact that that was, you know, one of their initial things to go for, you can tell, like they've said, like I said, they've said themselves Ready Player One was the goal multiple times. They've said this. They've said it in interviews. They've talked about this. But what I find interesting is that secretly, if you look at the pieces, not even secretly, if you look at the pieces, they have really been putting in these pieces step by step this entire time.
It was not easy to get into the book. I mean, into the movie. And so the movie was basically they used the Iron Giant. I know you don't care, but the Iron Giant made that movie crap because you needed to have Ultraman, right? Blade Runner was a big part of the book, and it was completely removed from the movie because 2049, the Blade Runner movie was coming out, and they didn't want it to basically dilute what was happening, and they didn't know if it was going to be good for the movie or bad for the movie, so they decided not to let Ready Player One use the rights. And Star Wars is like, they said no, they would not give up Star Wars rights at all.
And what's crazy is the movie couldn't even get the Star Wars rights, and VeVe has Star Wars. So as you can see, VeVe has been able to pull out some brands that even the Ready Player One movie couldn't get. So it's some brands tied to the book that VeVe could get that the movie couldn't get. So VeVe, when they say Ready Player One, it seems like they're trying to base it off the book too. They're trying to, like, they're really diving deep in there with this one. So you got to stay woke to really watch all the moves that they're making, but they're doing some amazing stuff right now. They're doing some amazing work. And this is why people like me, we say that they always deliver. It may not always be on time, but they always deliver because we didn't even recognize or catch on to these parallels between what they've been saying from the beginning and what they're actually doing. Like, and then if you look at the Ready Player One movie, there's the DeLorean, you know, like the vehicles. Like, look at the vehicles that we have on VeVe and look at the vehicles that's from that movie. So it's interesting how many parallels that there actually are to Ready Player One, and that's already been being built from the beginning. It's dope.
So, and Star Wars was massive in the book. Lots of parts of the book were Star Wars. So, and it goes on to say, you know, that if it wasn't for Spielberg, that this would probably have not happened at all. There was a lot of talk, basically saying that you'll never get all these IPs. You're not going to be able to do it. And then
they had David Yu. They would have been able to do it. They had David Yu and Al Connor. They had this team right now on VeVe. They'd have had that done.
They found out it was still Steven Spielberg that was creating it, and they were like, oh, that opens up a bajillion doors, which is true. So if we have Steven Spielberg on our court with Ecomi, we have right here, it's quoted, we have a jillion doors. A jillion doors would have been locked before, and with him, obviously not. So that's an interesting little article. More tie-ins with Ready Player One, with Steven Spielberg.
All right, y'all, and I actually had a video myself as well. I had a video myself that I did a while ago too that I wanted to show y'all some stuff here as well. He said, I like Reese saying Ready Player One is the vision. So Reese said this in April, on April 16th. He said Ready Player One is the vision. So, and Reese has said, like, the team, the whole team has said, like, has mentioned Ready Player One and a couple of times, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, let me see what I was talking about here though. So a lot of people are always telling me, yo, I think you might be reaching a little bit. That might be a little bit of a reach. That might be a little bit of a stretch. And people think that my imagination just be going wild. I know a lot of people are newer subscribers here, so you haven't looked at all the stuff, all the conspiracy theories and stuff that we have uncovered. Like prior, I've done like, what, 80 videos or something like that. So yeah, chances are you have. I was going crazy. Me here now, 600 videos later. I haven't watched all of them. But we have been uncovering the developers playing around, leaking stuff literally that dates back to years. They have leaked stuff years ago that just now came out now. So they're very, very calculated. That's why I believe in this brand so much. That's why I believe in what they've been doing. When you look back in their history and see some of the things that they hint at, see some of the things that they're always talking about doing and how it always comes to pass when they target, bruh, like you have to respect them. You have to respect them. So that's what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be seeing some of their history, seeing some of the goals that they have and things like that. Because a lot of people thought that when I said that world, that little Minecraft world, Ready Player One world, everybody thought that, oh, that can't happen. But, well, a lot of people thought that couldn't happen. But it's already been said by the developers. It's already been said. We know that we're going to have drivable cars. We know that it's going to be Ready Player One-ish. But there's more. There's more. So we're going to check this out. And yeah, let's just get into it, man. Let's see what's going on here. So this guy, he's just commenting. He said, I like Reese saying Ready Player One is the vision. Sounds really exciting. Okay. So yeah, he's talking about when Reese said Ready Player One is the vision. Obviously they're thinking about gaming, and that's one thing that's been on my mind lately. Like, why all the pushback? What's going on? And then I saw something that's interesting that really changed the way I think a little bit. Like, I'm always catching something, man. And listen, we finna see. But oh, also this guy found some interesting stuff. He says, as many don't know, VeVe is making a VeVe-verse, a virtual land where you can, for example, drive your DeLorean to your friend's house. And they are working with Pixion Games on 3v3 real-time. So we've recently done a video about Pixion. Pixion has resurfaced here. But yeah, we're not gonna go over Pixion again. I just made a video on that. It's not really interesting. That said, look, coming soon. We are working on something secret. Now let's check this out. So quickly, kind of work. People will be working with another third. Yeah, let's go past this and see what else happened here. It's interesting seeing that. Now, that isn't even the one that I saw that I really want to get into. Let's see. I'd say you're correct. Early videos had Dan explaining that VeVe's end product will be just like the movie Ready Player One. I mean, there we have it. There's one right there. Hey, listen. But we know that though. Have you seen the movie Ready Player One yet? I just watched it again last night. It was spectacular. It is based around augmented reality. So I'm a little slow and saw Ready Player One for the first time last night, I must admit. Let me see. Look at this. Look at the date. Now this. He said, I was blown away seeing T-Rex, Ghostbusters car, Batmobile, and DeLorean, all of which we know VeVe Collectible has. So this guy right here, he had just saw the, or this looks like a woman actually, or this person right here said they was blown away by seeing the T-Rex, Ghostbusters car, the Batman mobile, and then the DeLorean. So yeah, these are all vehicles that we know VeVe already has. So people was making connections then as well. So if you're new to the community, this is some of the stuff that we were seeing early on. This is the one. Not Ready Player One. March 12th, 2019. Ready to see what gaming feels like? Future Tech. Look at this. Ready to see what gaming feels like. March 12th, 2019. Now, so look at the type of stuff that they were looking at. Look at the type of stuff that they was looking at back then. You could tell like that Ready Player One lit a fire under them, and they realistically knew that they had the resources and the capabilities of really actually doing it. Like everything down from the licensing down to creating it, like they knew that they were able to do this. And this is the type of stuff that they've been looking at and diving into and been releasing ever since. So all the brands and IP that's getting everybody excited, because we see all these brands, first off, we attach to them because it's our history. A lot of us grew up with a lot of this stuff. But we see all this stuff and we're super excited, but really behind the scenes, they're still working towards the goal of Ready Player One. So like it's the reason that they started with the IP that they started with. The first things that came to the platform was the Ready Player One vision. And if you don't know, Bill and Ted, I think they're the Mondo posters. We have Bill and Ted as well on VeVe, and that's all. They also was big in the movie. So, I mean, there's a lot of connections and tie-ins. If you don't know this about Ecomi, they have a history of only retweeting, following, and supporting people that have something to do with Ecomi, that is supporting Ecomi in some way, shape, or form, or that really is bringing value to that company. So in 2019, March 12th, this is early 2019, they were talking about seeing what gaming feels like. So, and look at this, look what it says: virtual reality, augmented reality. Okay, so yeah, we gonna skip through here. Obviously I'm dissecting it more and stuff like that. Y'all know how I am. I'll put pieces together and stuff like that. But yeah, we gonna keep going and see what else they was talking about. Looks like Ready Player One, the movie. People were comparing it to Ready Player One years ago. People, like, this was before we even knew it existed. People were, well, a lot of us, a lot of you all, some of you all are from then. But yeah, let me see. What? Hold on. Soldier Boy. Best tokens on the platform, and why do the tokens you're suggesting have to be added? Yeah, I didn't know what I was talking about then. I know what Soldier Boy was doing in the VeVe section. I had no idea. Like, it was just a shock to see Soldier Boy down there. Soldier Boy be the first on everything. I'm like, is he the first on VeVe too? Dang. But yeah, there we go, man. So this was just some information that I wanted to share with you all. This was a video that I did a while ago, and listen, as you can see, like some months back, a lot of us was coming up with the connections and seeing all the stuff that VeVe was doing that was related to Ready Player One. So I mean, this is a huge deal. This is very massive, and this is what makes us believe that Ready Player One is going to come to VeVe. They're already putting the pieces in place. Like, and I think that they could look similar. I think they could look really, really good. People aren't expecting the same level of quality and things like that. Like, people laugh and stuff when you say something about GTA or anything like that. But if you look at Ready Player One's quality, it could probably be argued that it's over GTA. And they're really doing it right now. So I mean, look at the DeLorean. Look at the quality of their assets. So that being said, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications. Yeah, I'm gonna catch you all on the next one, man. Peace out, y'all.